米メディア、FOX スポーツでは、日本時間7月1日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手の投手としての調整プランについて言及しました。大谷選手の人柄について、チームメイトが明かしてくれた映像から始まった同番組は、元メジャーリーガーの投手だったドントレル・ウィリス氏が、自身の経験を語り、大谷選手の打順について、自身の見解を述べました。また、米番組 MLB Now では、大谷選手の投手起用について、司会を務めるブライアン・ケニー氏とジェイク・ピービー氏が激しい激論を交わす場面も。ここからは、その様子を見ていきます。
Shohei is now building an impressive legacy in LA. We know that. He continues to amaze fans and torment opponents. But behind the scenes, his teammates tell us of his secret identity.
Shohei's really funny. He's always trying to make jokes to have a good time with his teammates.
Really just how funny he is, man. With us, I mean, he's laughing, joking.
He'll crack a little joke in our hitters meetings and you kind of don't expect it. And, you know, he's a really funny guy.
Well, I think the world is starting to understand that he's a practical joker. They put my car! Shohei got me. Shohei's behind this?
Yes.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Okay. Now tie.
He has become more free and easy, more jovial, and I think he's starting to become the person who he really intrinsically is.
The thing I really like the most that I'm very impressed is how Shohei handles all the things going on around him, and he's so consistent every day with being the same person.
And Ohtani torches one, tosses the bat, and watches it fly!
Every single night he does something that I've never seen before. Even when he gets out, he's hitting an hour, 120 miles an hour, and you're kind of like, did I just see that right? It's truly kind of a blessing to be his teammate.
He is actually changing the game of baseball. He never ceases to amaze. It's incredible. It really is.
It's pretty amazing, right? Shohei Ohtani, just to give you an idea of how amazingly talented it is, if you already didn't know, his numbers when he is a pitcher, it really isn't a drop-off, which is kind of nuts, right? I mean, it just gives you a feel for, everyone says, well, he shouldn't pitch, it affects his hitting. Well, it doesn't. That's kind of the idea. But now, though, EK, I'm curious, the Dodgers and how they deal with him going forward, right? Obviously, they're ramping him up slowly here. But there are other factors, even though we showed you his production is still good, there are other things to take into consideration now the rest of the year when he pitches.
Well, it's obviously the offense and how does that impact it. The starting so far and then hitting right when he comes off the mound, I mean, it's only a small sample size. It's been 4 at-bats. He struck out 4 times. He didn't do this in Anaheim. It wasn't, I mean, he did it a handful of times. I think there were probably 7 or 11 at-bats in his career. You know, he wasn't a leadoff hitter. So that's something that's going to be, it's going to be talked about, right? I don't know that it's going to be addressed. The only way anything gets addressed is if Shohei says, I'm not so sure I want to do this. But it will absolutely be talked about it. Look, Shohei can do what he wants to do, right? Because when you are that good, and look at, he had his 3rd start the other day, and I was talking about him coming back, and it's like climbing a ladder. You can't expect him to go all the way to the top in 2 or 3 starts. Right. That 3rd start the other day when he threw 100, my man went up about 6 steps, right? So look, he can do whatever he wants to do. It's for us to talk about, but you know the reality is 4 strikeouts and 4 at-bats.
You know, there's a couple components. First of all, that 3rd start, seeing him touch triple digits and really having the secondary stuff to pair, it's like, it might be scary hours if they're able to build him up. The other component is him leading off, especially at home. He might have a long inning one time. He might throw 25 to 30 pitches, and all of a sudden you don't have a breath. Maybe they might discuss moving him down in the lineup, maybe the 2nd or 3rd, just to be able to get some water, get under you. Listen, I'm not comparing myself to Shohei Ohtani at all, but I'm a National League guy, so I know how it is to hit come off the field and then lead off an inning, or vice versa. I had that one mistake where I ran a triple and all of a sudden I couldn't even get the signs because I was so gassed on the mound. Now, Shohei is a unicorn. He's outstanding. He's been doing it. He wants to be that two-way guy because in the end, it's legacy for him. He wants to be remembered as the best baseball player of all time, and he continues to trend that way as long as he stays healthy. Now, the problem is you cannot lose him. There's no such thing as a third Tommy John, and that's the scary part about it. So you're seeing his velocity uptick right now. You're excited about that, but Dave Roberts loses him not only on the mound and in the lineup. I don't believe they're the best team in the National League. It's going to be very difficult for them to repeat again if they lose him. So they're going to slow play him very much.
I guess I'd say this too. Has there been anything that he's been asked to do that he can't do?
He can do it all.
No. Right? That's the scary
all.
thing. Is like we can sit here and say, well, this might not work.
He's not running as much. And so I think he's starting to learn how to conserve his energy as well. You know what I mean? Because that's tough, man, to be able. I don't care how athletic, how in shape you are. I know he lives and breathes and sleeps baseball, but we have to have a perspective for him, even though his bar is very high.
Running game has been impacted. Jeez.
Dodgers have stumbled onto the answer. The Shohei Ohtani pitching thing, which I know he's a great pitcher, but he's too valuable as an everyday position player. The opener. And so he pitches 2 scoreless innings this weekend. He peaks at 101.7 miles per hour. They've stumbled upon it, Jake. I'm convinced they should use him as an opener.
As an opener, how many? Every 5th day, every 6 days?
Whatever you want. I would have him regular rest, let him open there. You can also sprinkle him in a little more, but I like the routine. I also like him being comfortable that, hey, today's my start day. Perhaps my mind shifts a little bit, and there's no limit. If you want to, any given day, say they're playing a big series against the Padres, you want to keep him in 4? Keep him in 4, but start him going 1 or 2.
I just can't use my best pitcher in the first 2 innings of a ball game. If he's going to be a reliever and have to throw innings in this ball game, he's better than anybody the Dodgers have in the bullpen and will ever have. Shohei is.
And you want to use him late? But isn't that messy? It's like when you're starting him. When is he?
Certainly,
warming up,
it's
all
messy.
That?
I don't know how you even do it.
I do. Do it this way. It's clean. He knows when he's starting. He has his routine. He goes and pitches, and then at a certain point, hey, put that down. Now you're a batter.
Right. I can see your point. I really do, because of the cleanliness of getting him some innings. I just have, like Ron Darling said, dreams of him running down there and closing the game like he did in the WBC.
It's exciting, but
I really think amongst all of this, he's a starter. Starters, there's a reason why these guys are paid. There's a reason why they throw the innings that
and he's
they
a number 1.
He is a number 1 starter for my team. Shohei Ohtani is starting every 5th, 6th day in the playoffs. He's starting and winning me 2 games with 5, 6 innings.
Level of concern for him later in the year when he's pitching and he's hitting, him holding his hip, him holding his elbow. He's had 2 major surgeries already, right? You can kill the golden goose.
You certainly can, but you've got to let him be. I think he's driving a lot of this ship and going to make a lot of decisions. I think he's warranted that decision. Certainly, Tommy John surgery happens to everyone. I don't think that playing in the field.
Well, you want to avoid it.
Well, he's already had it.
Not have another. You can have more. No, you don't want it.
I ride this train until the wheels fall off, and then we figure out.
I'm trying to keep the wheels on. 2 innings. Say, hey, big guy, you're my guy. 2 innings, we sit you down. Don't underestimate the value of a scoreless first inning and a scoreless second inning, right? I'm just floating it out there. All right.
At number 4, we have Shohei Ohtani throwing 102 miles an hour. Well, 101.7 miles an hour to be exact. Now, I question myself having this as number 4 above number 5, but this is a historic pitch for Shohei. This is the fastest pitch he's thrown in an MLB game. And I kind of knew he had something going because before the game, you can see him looking at the iPad, which has his readings of pitches, and nodding his head like he was feeling good. His interpreter shows it to Mark Pryor. Mark Pryor's like, whoa, that is pretty good. After the game, Jeff Passan pointed out that Shohei's other fastest pitch of his career, or at least non-NPB pitch, was also against Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquatch chimed in, WTF. Here's that pitch from the WBC, and after the WBC, Pasquatch said, I don't know why Ohtani always throws his hardest against me. I mean, like, basically, what did I do? And then he comes back and throws his hardest again against him in a major league game. I'd be doubting myself right here. Like, what does Shohei have against me?
I would take it as a compliment if he feels the need.
That he has to throw his best. I had people saying, well, look, he caught up to this 102-mile-an-hour pitch. He was just a little bit from driving this into the gap. I'm like, he hit a routine double play. Like, for all those who love pitching to contact, isn't this your dream?
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。